torque figures on this project build, and I've just screwed up my front brake caliper. Let's get into it.
RevelatorAlf.
Hello, welcome to RevelatorAlf. I hope you're all well. This is, well, the project build is complete, but I'm just adjusting things as I go along. Anyway, so this front brake caliper has been playing up a little bit. I need to re-bleed it and also replace the bleed nipple, which I've got now, which has arrived. But also, I went to torque up the mounting bolts, the caliper mounting bolts, and one completely de-threaded. Let me quickly show you. Right, so on this bike, it is 25 to 36 Newton meters for the caliper mounting bolts. In fact, this bike is really odd because most of the torque settings are missing from the workshop manuals. Well, when I say missing, they're not specific. In other workshop manuals that you find, it's a specific torque setting. However, on this one, as far as I can gather right now, they've done it on bolt size. So whatever the bolt size is, then, and whatever it's across flats of the bolt head, and whatever the internal diameter or the diameter of the bolt is, then they've got a torque setting for that. So you have to match up. Anyway, this was 25 to 36. I set it at 25 anyway, just at the lower figure. That's what I do. And this is what happened, right? So top bolt, 25, fine. Bottom bolt, completely screwed. So basically, I think what's happened is that whoever was on there beforehand has basically over tightened it so much so that when I put it on last time and I palmed it on, I think I pushed it right to its very limit, and basically I've de-threaded it. It's my fault basically. So I should have tried to torque it down properly, but I kind of just guessed, as it were, according to what the front one was, because it was always really loose, you see. So I thought, well, you know, I just tighten it up a little bit more, and yeah, it was, well, it was way beyond 25 to 36 anyway, in my estimation. That's why I think it's just been overstrained before. Anyway, so that's got to be completely redone, tapped, which is great. So it gives me an opportunity to dust off the tap and die set and well, get a new bolt. Now the purpose of this video is not to talk about me trying to fix my brake caliper mounting bolt, which I'm gonna have to dust this off. Oh, there's no dust, look at that, and see if I can get an appropriate tap for it. Hopefully I will. Maybe an M10 or something like that, or M12. Anyway, I'm sure I'll find something to suit. The problem is, as I say, trying to figure out the torque settings on this bike has been a bit of a pain, I've got to say. And I think if you're ever in this situation and you can't find the torque settings, which you really should, this was why I'm so surprised on this bike. The official literature, the official workshop manuals, they don't have specific torque settings for many of the bikes. However, on the calipers, they do. If you can get something that's similar, that'll give you an idea of what the torque setting might be. Then always go to the lower figure first of all and see how that goes. Now, when I have to put a new bolt in, or have to re-tap it, this raises the question as, well, what torque setting do I use? Do I just use the original torque setting? Well, again, this is all a bit confusing for me now, because I'll be changing the bolt or changing the bolt size. And if you go on the original torque setting, then maybe that's wrong. So torque settings are based on the bolt, but also I suppose on what you're bolting, what kind of metal you're bolting it into as well, if it's dissimilar metals. So that's got to play a factor. Also, it depends if you're putting copper grease on, or what the bolt is made of, or coated in, I should say, more to the point. That can affect the bolt. So there are tables where you can change the torque setting according to what you've got coated on the bolt as well. And you can look these up online, but you kind of multiply it like by 0.7 or 0.8 or whatever. So whatever the torque setting is, let's say 10, you multiply it by 0.7 for a specific coating, and you'll say, okay, it's now 7 Newton meters. Or you might say it's 1.3, so you multiply it by 1.3, which instead of 10 it would be 13. You know, so there are tables for that. So I actually don't know what it's going to be. I think what I'm going to do is chance my arm a little bit and just hit the mid-range of what it might be. So 25 to 36, let's say about 28. I'll start off at 25 and see how it goes, and I think I'll just have to monitor it. But look, if you know of a better way of doing this, please let us know in the comments. In the absence of an official torque figure, I don't know. That's the honest answer. I don't know. I'm kind of guessing at what I should be doing for it. But look, I've got to disconnect it, tap it out, and see how I go. But I think that's what I'm going to do first of all. I mean, for example, this other manual of this other bike, the torque figure for the mountain bolts is 18. I've known other mountain bolts of other bikes would be as high as 30, as low as 16, you know, and anywhere in between. I mean, you know, it could be way out of that as well. So it's, you know, it really depends on the bike, of course. It depends on what's being used and the size of bolt, and also what the caliper is made of as well. Or if you're bolting into the fork leg itself, which I always thought was a bit naff anyway, but there we go. I don't think they do that anymore. Some of the older bikes, they used to do that. But this is it. So let me know in the comments below. I'm going to get on with this and let you know how I get on. I've got a brake disc coming today as well, so I'll make another video. The next video will be about problems with the brake disc as well, and I'll show you a quick test to test the run out or the warpage of a brake disc, and also the problems I've got with my brake disc and the bolt heads as well, and one that's sheared off. But that's in another video. Right, let me crack on with this. And yeah, it's not really a demonstration, it's just, you know, tap 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 and hope for the best. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that bell, like and share, and check out the website RevelatorAlf.com. Ta-da.